Look, it is significant, Jamie. There's no question about it. And it also confounds the expectations of most observers. If you take a look at what the newspapers here were saying, including the Wall Street Journal and the Financial Times just a few hours ago, there was no indication of the kind of seismic breakthrough that the two sides are now claiming. They've done a deal on the issue of soybeans. The European Union will import more American soybeans than before. They have done a deal, they say, on imports of U.S. liquefied natural gas into Europe that President Trump says will help alleviate Europe's dependence on energy supplies from places like Russia. And they've also agreed to put essentially the trade war between them on the back burner while good faith negotiations continue, to be overseen by a working group that the two sides are setting up with the aim of trying to reach some kind of zero tariff deal on industrial trade between these two enormous blocs. So Jean-Claude Juncker, you heard him there saying that he came here determined to make a deal, and a deal he struck with US President Donald Trump, who was very eager to stride into the Rose Garden of the White House, flanked by Jean-Claude Juncker, and announce that deal in time to make the early evening news programs here on the East Coast of the United States and send a very clear message to his supporters.
So that's it then. The trade war between the US and the EU is over.
Well, it's not necessarily over. It's on the back burner. It's on ice. They say that they will be nice to one another. They will not engage in further retaliatory measures, as they put it, on a unilateral basis for as long as the negotiations continue between the United States and the EU in good faith. But they have both essentially reserved the right to return to an era of retaliatory tariffs and threats, and in other words, to put that trade war back on the front burner if the negotiations don't make progress. And so that is a sword of Damocles that is going to continue hanging over the trading relationship between the United States and the European Union. But look, there's no question that that relationship is looking a lot brighter now than it was just a few hours ago. And certainly if you're China, still on the receiving end of Donald Trump's trade war, I think the Chinese government will be taking a close look at how Jean-Claude Juncker was able to broker this deal with Donald Trump over the last few hours, and see whether anything can be done to improve the trading relationship between Washington, D.C. and Beijing.
We will talk more about President Trump and other matters later in the programme, but for the moment, Simon Marks in Washington, thank you.